Welcome to Season 2 of Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. Our show brings you closer to the heart of Texas A&M athletics through powerful stories of perseverance, purpose, and life-changing opportunities made possible by 12th Man Foundation donors. From student athletes and coaches to former students and dedicated staff, you'll hear firsthand how donor support shapes the lives of Aggie student athletes in competition and beyond. Whether you're a lifelong Aggie or simply curious about what makes Texas A&M so special, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Howdy, and thanks for joining us on another episode of Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. This is your host, Ivy Robinson, and today I am in studio with Texas A&M football wide receiver, KC Concepcion. Thank you for being here, KC.
Yes, thank you guys for having me.
Awesome, Casey. All right, let's start with a fun question, icebreaker question here. Tell us a unique fact about yourself that you think not many people know.
A unique fact about myself is that I can actually cook very well.
Really?
And I'm a gamer. So,
okay, favorite recipe to cook?
Favorite recipe, I would say for the sides, I'm gonna start with the sides first. I'm gonna go yams, mac and cheese, rice, broccoli, and then for the main course, I might do like fried pork chop or a salmon or.
Ooh, that sounds good. I saw on Aggie Football's Instagram, they did like a get to know you with Casey, and you mentioned that yams and mac and cheese is like this elite combination.
It's the best combination in the world. Like every Thanksgiving, see this what you do. You get the yams and the mac and cheese next to each other, all right?
Okay.
And then you scoop the yams, then you dig it in the mac and cheese.
So good. Is this like something you've been eating your whole life? Did someone like tell you about this little secret gem, or did you like come up with the combination yourself?
Oh, no. I didn't come up with the combination. I had got it from my mom. She had showed me how to make it. So whenever my mom was in the kitchen, like whenever I was younger, I just used to always watch. Like whenever she cooked, I just used to watch, see what type of seasoning she used, see how she make it. And then like I just been making food.
That's really cool. Okay, you mentioned your mom. Tell me about your family. I want to know more. Tell us where you're from. Tell me about your parents and where you went to high school.
All right, so a lot of people don't know this. Originally born in Rochester, New York.
Okay.
But I was raised in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have 4 little brothers. My mom is Ariel Concepcion. Pops is Kevin Concepcion. I'm a junior. And I played high school at Vance High School in Charlotte, North Carolina, but they changed the name to Julius Chambers, I think my junior year.
Okay, and going back to like your childhood, you mentioned you used to watch your mom in the kitchen growing up. Did you help her cook?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I used to help all the time.
And what else did you do sport-wise as a young kid?
So I started out playing football ever since I was 4. My pops, he used to make me run the steps, run hills. Like we used to go out every day and just put in the grind, work. And then I started playing basketball like closer to my 7th, 8th grade year, middle school. And then I got good at basketball a little bit. But
what position did you play?
I played point guard. But later on in like my high school, like I would say sophomore year, I was picking up offers in football. Mm-hmm. So
that's when the switch happened.
Yeah, it was a switch. It was like, it's no point in me playing basketball no more. I'm getting offers here.
So when did you start playing football?
I started playing football like at 4 years old.
Okay, so you were playing both as a young kid, like basketball and football.
I played flag at 4 and then tackle at 5.
Nice. What is your favorite part about your hometown?
I would say my favorite part about Rochester is just all of my family members being there. Every time you go home for like special occasion like Christmas or like birthdays or things of that nature. I would say the same thing about Charlotte actually, like just like being around all of my friends. I don't have as many family members down there. So just being around my mom, being around my little brothers all day, guiding them, showing them the way. So
yeah. Now, if someone is visiting Charlotte, North Carolina for the first time and they need some recommendations on where to go, fun things to do, where to eat, restaurants, what would be your recommendation?
If you're going to Charlotte, I would say go to Chima's. It's like a Brazilian steakhouse. They like bring out all different type of steaks and like it's great.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
And then for the dinner, they bring out like this this grilled pineapple.
I love pineapple. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
pineapple
nasty.
should go on pizza at all.
I don't know who came up with it.
Yeah.
My homeboy, he be telling me to get him a pineapple pizza. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, nope.
Who gonna eat it?
Not me. Not me. Okay, so let's talk about your recruitment process and your journey to first NC State. Tell me about that and when you decided to go there, what that decision process was like, and tell us about just your time at NC State and how you really grew as an athlete and in the wide receiver position.
Okay, I would say high school, I felt like I was a little bit under-recruited, but like I had a few offers. I chose NC State because they were like the ones that stuck with me the most, ones that was always reaching out. I was always going up there. They like showed me the most love, and they stuck with me through the whole process. And their receivers were leaving, and I felt like I could come in and step in and possibly play my freshman year. So that was the reasoning behind my decision to go to NC State. Then when I got to NC State freshman year, it was amazing. I had a great year freshman year, and then going into sophomore year, we were expecting another great year. But, things didn't work out how we expected it. So, yeah, I didn't really have the season that I had wanted. But I would say that I grew as a person and an athlete because, like, you can only control things that you can control. You can't control nobody else. You can't force nobody else to do things your way. If you get out there and you do your job, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. What were some lessons, like life lessons you learned during your time at NC State that you think will stick with you for the rest of your life?
I would say life lesson that I learned from NC State, don't let your emotions get the best of you. Because like I said, sophomore year, it was just a lot going on inside the building. And there was just many, many factors that just played into everything. But, I mean, I just feel like no matter what's going on, like, you got to stay level-headed. You got to be a leader for everybody. Mm-hmm. You got to show up every day, put the work in. Can't nobody see you have your head down because that's going to have them think that it's okay to put their head down.
Yeah.
Whenever something's going bad, so yeah.
Yeah, kind of like blocking out the noise that's going to prevent you from getting better and progressing and becoming a better athlete, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about Texas A&M and when Texas A&M kind of came onto the radar and when you entered the transfer portal. I know you had some decisions to make. You visited several universities. Tell us about that process and what was it about Texas A&M specifically that really stood out to you? So
I entered the transfer portal. I heard from a few schools. I originally visited Alabama, Colorado, Miami, and then Texas A&M. But Texas A&M was supposed to be my first visit. But something had went down with my family and stuff like that. So we had decided to reschedule the visit to my last visit. So Texas A&M was actually my shortest visit. I was here for like 24 hours, even if that. But the thing that wanted me to be a part of this place was the coaching staff, like Coach Elko. Like he's just very straight up. He's not gonna lie to you. He's not gonna tell you something and then go back on what he says. He's very straightforward. He gets the message across. I would say Coach Wiggins also, like his like background and what he has been able to produce in the league and the numbers for his wide receivers that he has producing in college. So yeah, so those two factors played a big part in it, and most of the team really came back. Mm-hmm. Quarterback, line, running back, defense. A few of the defensive linemen, of course, went to the draft, but we picked up some more defensive linemen. So I just honestly felt like it was the most complete team and in the best conference. So why not go compete for a championship? Yeah.
I mean, and that just speaks a lot to the culture, I feel like, as well, within Aggie football that Mike Elko and his staff have built. I mean, the fact that, yes, like you said, I mean, the core of the team came back. And I know for you, especially like coming into that as a transfer, that probably meant a lot to you, right? Yeah. And you could tell that, hey, a lot of these guys are coming back. They believe in this program. They want to stick together and go win some championships, right? Yeah. What was your first impression? I want to get back to like the very first time you came to College Station, Texas. What were your first impressions of this town? And I mean, did you know a lot about Texas in general? Had you been to Texas before?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I came to Texas one time whenever I was younger, but I had went to Beaumont, so I didn't really know too much about Texas, but I always wanted to come to Houston. So I came down here up on the flight. Mind you, I never knew that we had an airport down here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it got like 2 terminals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Easterwood Airport. Yeah.
So I had flew into Houston, and then from Houston I had flew into College Station. I'm like, where am I at? I'm looking around. I'm just like, it's just like a bunch of land out here. So I think we had stayed at the George, and then I had went to sleep, woke up, and we were just driving around Texas, and I'm like, it's a lot of like land out here, like farms and
Ranches, farms.
ranches
Yeah.
and
Some
animals.
cattle. Did you see some cows?
Yeah, I see some cows. I'm like, I ain't never seen it like this.
You're like, this is not.
Yeah,
Charlotte.
Nah. I'm from the city, so it's like different. But I mean, I like it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. What have you learned so far about like Texas A&M and traditions? What surprised you with the traditions here?
I knew about the 12th man, but like I didn't know that like it's like very important. And our teammate Nana, he actually gets to wear number 12, and that's a very big thing here. And then I also heard that the games are like crazy.
Yeah.
I've never been to one.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. I mean, from what you've heard with your teammates and then thinking about to the very first game this season when you're going to take Kyle Field and walk down that tunnel for the very first time, what are you looking forward to the most?
Honestly, just walking down the tunnel and then just running out and seeing 109,000 fans just out there screaming their lungs out. I can't wait. It just like, it boosts my game also. So like knowing that we got our teammates, but we also have an amazing fan base that is going to stick with us whenever. It doesn't matter if we're playing Alabama or UTSA, like they're going to still be there the whole game.
And pack the stadium.
Pack the stadium out and just, so I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're so excited for this season. I know many who are listening to this episode right now are extremely excited for football season and can't wait to see y'all all take the field. But
I can't wait.
Going back to just your journey to becoming a top wide receiver in the country. I mean, you were a top 10 wide receiver when you entered the transfer portal.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any advice that you would give to a young wide receiver on how to just get better and play their best game?
The advice that I got to a younger wide receiver is just put your head down and work. Like, everybody in the country is working. Like, there is always somebody that is going to be working harder than you. So you have to push yourself every day, every night. It doesn't even matter if you go to the field for 30 minutes and just catch. Just be around football. Like, watch film, be in your playbook, make sure to work. Like, you have to work like no other. That's my advice.
It's good advice. What has been your perspective and how are you enjoying just being a part of the Aggie football program so far? Tell us about the culture, the team, what you love about being an Aggie so far.
I would say the thing that I love about being a Aggie is whenever I got here, like everybody welcomed me in. I could go talk to the defensive coaches, the offensive line coaches. Like, everybody is just so welcoming. Everybody respects one another. Like, it's just very, very real here. And not to speak bad about anywhere else, but it's just something that I wasn't used to all the way from like everybody.
Yeah.
As a whole, teammates welcome me in. We'd be in the locker room laughing, joking all the time, workouts. We in there laughing, joking. But we working though. Like, everybody wants the best from everybody. Everybody wants to push everybody. So like, this team here is special for sure.
How are those workouts going with Coach Moffitt?
Coach Moffitt, man, that's my guy. Whenever I had came in, I think that I had seen a TikTok about him. And something from like LSU players talking about him. I didn't really know what to expect. But I mean, man, Coach Moffitt and his staff, man, like I said, they respect everybody, but they're going to make sure you work. Coach Moffitt, man, he's my guy. He pushes everybody. He makes sure that everybody is on task, focused, but we also have fun with it. I mean, he's one of the best strength coaches in the world, and his staff is amazing.
Tell me about the spring game. You recently competed in that, and the 12th man was able to get into Cal Field and see a preview of the team for the 2025 season. But tell me about that experience and what you enjoyed about it.
I would say the spring game, it was fun, even though we lost. But I mean, like, it was just a fun game overall. I was dealing with a little knee injury, so I mean, I was still out there battling, fighting for my teammates. But I mean, honestly, it was just a great experience for everybody. Even if you weren't a starter, you got a chance to go out there and prove that you can play to our coaches and some other coaches also.
Yeah. Going back to teammates and you transferring and coming into the program, were there any specific teammates who really just helped you learn, traditions about A&M, really just welcomed you in and made you feel at home here at Texas A&M? Maybe some returners or veterans.
Torian York and Marcel Reed. Those guys helped me come in. If I had a question, I could go up to them. Also, some guys that had came in with me, Jonah Wilson, Mario Craver. All of us came in together, sticking through it together. All of us helping out each other. If one of us don't know what was going on, we can lean on each other. And also just the receivers here that were already here. Also, they've been a major help coming in, learning the new playbook. Personally, wasn't in a pro-style offense, so it was a little different for me coming into a pro-style offense, trying to learn everything. But I mean, it's been great though. So
Good. I'm going to change the topic here. What are you majoring in at Texas A&M?
I am sports management and a minor in leadership.
Awesome, yeah. And have the coaches really talked to you? I mean, what have you learned so far about, just the Aggie degree and what it means, the ring and what that means here?
Yeah, so whenever I came here, I had seen somebody with a go ring, and I'd be walking around seeing everybody with it on, and I never really knew what it meant. And then I think that we had a presentation about Aggie culture and the Aggie rings and stuff like that. And now I know that it's a big thing in the corporate world. If you go out of town somewhere and if you see somebody with that ring on, they know okay, they went to Texas A&M too. And it is basically a connection to the whole world, really.
Yeah. That Aggie ring, it's definitely valuable, and it sparks connection, like you said. I mean, you could be in an airport and an Aggie comes up, or you could be, at an event, and just the fact that you have that ring and somebody else notices it, it could lead to a great opportunity one day. So yeah, that's awesome to hear. Was it always the dream for you to play sports in college? Did you always have that dream, or did that come later on in life?
Oh, nah. I had this dream since I was young. Whenever we used to be in high school and in middle school, and they was oh, what's your dream job? I'm NFL. They talking about what's your backup plan? NFL. That's my plan.
There is no backup plan.
There is no backup plan. I got my eyes set on one thing. I know what I want. I know how hard I work, and hopefully that's going to get me there one day.
Yeah. Now, did your parents play sports in college or any professional sports?
Yeah, my pops, he played baseball, basketball, and football. He had a chance to try out for the major leagues coming out of high school, but he turned it down because his passion was football. He had went to Buffalo, and then my mom, she also ran track whenever she was in high school.
Nice. So very athletic family, for
sure.
Very,
very athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about your siblings?
All of my little brothers are in sports.
Awesome. Awesome.
If you are a Concepcion, you into something sports.
You're doing something
soccer,
athletic
football,
related.
basketball. It don't matter. Swimming, you gonna do something.
I love it. Okay, we talked about, you visualizing yourself when you get onto Kyle Field for the first time this fall. We talked about Aggie traditions. What are you just most excited about for the upcoming football season? Is there anything else?
I would just say that I'm just honestly just excited to be out there. Some people wish that they can be where we are, play on the level that we can play at. So honestly, I'm just excited that God gave me the ability to go out there every day and compete and play with my brothers. So yeah, so I would just say just going out there and being able to play the sport that I love and doing it with my brothers. So.
And And do you have any specific goals for the upcoming season?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to win the Blitnikoff, honestly. But the main goal is a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I got to do to help us get there, we going.
You're going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
That's great. How would you describe, KC, the level of support, facilities, and resources that you have as a student athlete here at Texas A&M?
I've never seen nothing like it. The facilities are 10 times bigger than anything I've seen, like the indoor, the academic center, the dining hall inside the academic center. We got like so many things. Like it's like 4 different recs here. It's like pools. You got people that you can talk to if you're like feeling down. Mm-hmm. You got people that can help you look for jobs outside of here. You got so many programs and like resources here. Even if it's not something here for you, they can help find you something. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
We've had several student athletes on this podcast say, I mean, it's kind of a common theme they've told me is like, yeah, when you get here at Texas A&M, you have to almost try, like it's hard not to succeed because there's so many great resources and so many people here to partner with y'all and just help y'all excel and do your very best. So yeah. I mean, you're a cook and you like to cook. Mm-hmm. What is your perspective and personal impression of Clark Nutrition Center and the food there?
Honestly, like that thing inside there is great. Like it's a great resource to have. And we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. So, I mean, it's just taking advantage of the blessing that we got here.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of blessings, I want to ask you about just this era of college athletics and name, image, and likeness. How have NIL opportunities personally impacted your journey and your life?
I would say that NIL has definitely helped me and my family out financially, but outside of that, I feel like the relationships and the bonds that I have been able to create with some of these kids or some kids that aren't able to play the sport that we play, but they want to get out there so bad, but they just can't. So like just like building those relationships, going out, talking to them, and just impacting their day and their life is just like amazing to me. So.
KC, we've talked about facilities and just the great support that you have. And a lot of our listeners are 12 Man Foundation donors and football season ticket holders who, when they purchase season tickets or when they give a philanthropic donation back to the 12 Man Foundation, it goes on to impact things like facilities and student athlete resources that y'all are able to access and utilize. So what would be your message of gratitude to those who are listening who give back selflessly and generously to impact the success of Texas A&M student athletes?
I would like to say thank you to all of the 12 Man Foundation members. You guys are amazing. You guys don't have to do what you guys do, but you guys do it out of your kindness for your hearts and your love for Texas A&M football. So I feel like I could speak for the whole Texas A&M. We appreciate you guys so much, and we hope to bring you guys a championship this year.
Now, I think I saw online you have a foundation, correct? It's the KC Concepcion Foundation.
Yes.
Tell me about that and how you impact kids who are maybe in some hard situations. And yeah, tell us about the impact of that foundation.
Okay, so I started KC Concepcion Foundation back at NC State. My mom, she originally came up with the idea, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. So whenever we played in Charlotte, we played Tennessee. We had brought like 20 kids to the game. We got them T-shirts, backpacks, a whole bunch of stuff, and we invited them to the game. We have handed out meals, and there's many other things that my mom has contributed and came up with. So I would like to thank her also for helping me out with that also.
Well, that's just awesome that you're using your blessings and your opportunities to impact and help younger generations. And
yes, always.
I think that's awesome.
Always looking to help.
Yeah, just to be involved with the community and to give back in any way that you can. That's great. So to wrap up today, KC, what legacy do you hope to leave here at Texas A&M when your time is done here as an Aggie?
My legacy that I hope to leave here at Texas A&M is just a competitor. whenever he goes out there, he's always competing, he's always smiling, he's always bringing joy to his teammates and the crowd. I just want people to remember me as me. So.
Mm-hmm. And then tell us about goals and where you see yourself going beyond your time at Texas A&M. I know the goal is the NFL, but yeah, tell us who would be a dream team for you to be drafted by.
Honestly, anywhere with a quarterback that's trying to throw me the ball. Obviously, the goal is the NFL, but right now I just want to be where my feet is and just take it day by day and just enjoy every moment that I have here and my time in college, because you really can't be in college forever. So just like enjoying it. When I hopefully get to that next level, I want to establish myself as one of the best receivers, one of the hardest working people day in and day out in the building. And just know, if you pick me one day, you're going to get a dog. So,
KC Concepcion on Answering the Call podcast. KC, thank you for your time today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Answering the Call. If you're enjoying this show, please rate and follow us on your podcast streaming platform of choice so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. As always, a big thank you to our incredible podcast producer, Megan Rohde, to 12 Man Productions and Texas A&M Athletics NIL Department. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every donor and season ticket holder for always answering the call through loyal support of Texas A&M Athletics and our student athletes. We will be back soon with more content. Thanks and gig 'em.